make the game more challenging, you can force players to avoid the snow by making the car spin out of control if they touch it. You need to create some new blocks to do this. So make sure you have the red car selected. Now we're going to go over to the My Blocks and make a block, and we're going to name it Check Collisions. So now we are going to set up a new algorithm that defines check collisions, just like we define car control over here. And then instead of having to write all of this over here, anytime you need car control, you just take this. So anytime we need to check collisions, we will just be able to use this block instead of the complete algorithm. So what we just need is an if-then block. So how we're defining it is, we are going to, if it is touching something specific, so we need the operator of or. So if your red car is touching, and then I need to go to the sensing, touching road 1 or touching road 2, then we want to set the spinning. So I'll go to the variables and find the set block and change it to spinning. And we want to set the spinning to 30. And what this is going to do, this block right here, the touching detects the painted part of the road. Okay, so it detects this if it's on this. Then this is the block that tells it how long it's going to spin for. Now we need to create another block that's going to define the spin. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to go to make a block, and the block is going to be called spin. What the spin block does, it runs when the car is spinning, and it turns the car around and reduces the variable by 1. When the variable reaches 0, the spin ends and the car will be reset to the bottom of the stage. So now we have to define the spin. So when we call it as a function, the function knows what to do. So we're going to get a sound first going here. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. So I'm going to go to sounds. And the sound I want is rattle. So you can go to sounds and search for the sounds and search for rattle. And now we have rattle as a choice. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to start the sound of rattle. And I'm just going to slide this down here a little better so we can see more. Sorry about that. The reason I have rattle 2 is I had already picked rattle. So essentially rattle and rattle 2 for me are the same. You will just be picking it for the first time, then you will see rattle. So the next thing we're going to do is initiate the start of the spin. So we are going to have your red car turning by 30 degrees. And what it's going to do, we're going to change the spinning variable by 1. And the reason we're doing that is it's going to take the time down. So spinning, and I want to do -1, so we're subtracting time from it. Then we're going to change where the location is. So we're going to say change by under motion, and we're doing the Y because it's where your car is located on the road. So I'm going to go to change Y by the road speed of the variable. This block moves the car down to the stage as if it stopped on the road. Then we need an if, then, to basically stop the spinning. So if, and we need the operator of equal to. So basically this is going to say if the spinning is equal to 0, which means you're done spinning, then we're going to set the car to this certain places on the XY coordinate plane. So it is going to be -40x. and minus 180y, which is near the bottom of the screen. And then we want to make sure that it's pointing up. So we will find point in direction. And it's going to point in the direction we want it straight up. So I'm going to click here, and 0 degrees is straight up. Now we need to alter the move part, because this is all it's going to do when it receives the message move. But now we have car control, check collisions, and spin. So it needs to receive when it receives the message of move, it needs to be able to do the different things depending on what's going on. So we need an if else block. So depending. So if the car isn't spinning, so we're going to say if the car, and then we need the equal to. And we're talking about the spinning. So we're saying if the car spinning is equal to 0, okay, then it's going to do the car controls, and it's going to keep checking for collisions to see if we're in the right spot. So we're going to check collisions. If anything else, which means this means the car is not spinning, it will check for these things. If the car is spinning, then what's going to happen? The car is going to spin. And that's how we control collisions and spins.